Right now, while you're watching this video, America's banks are experiencing a silent run that nobody's talking about. Not with lines of people, but with digital withdrawals so massive they could trigger the next financial collapse within months. I'm going to show you 3 secret indicators that prove this is already happening. And if you have money in any of these 12 specific banks, you need to hear this immediately. My name's Leo, and on this channel we expose the financial truths others won't. If you want real, unfiltered economic analysis, subscribe right now. The first red flag everyone missed happened on March 31st, 2024. The Federal Reserve's Bank Term Funding Program expired. That was the $160 billion lifeboat created after Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. And what happened the very next day? Banks instantly started borrowing $150 billion through another emergency program. They're desperate for cash. But here's what's even more terrifying. The FDIC just reported that American banks are sitting on $517 billion in unrealized losses. That means they're holding assets that have plummeted in value. The second indicator is hiding in plain sight. Go look at the reverse repo market. It's dropped from $2.5 trillion to under $400 billion in just 18 months. That's $2 trillion in liquidity that has vanished from the system. Why does this matter? Because this was the safety net that prevented the last crisis from becoming a catastrophe. And now, it's almost gone. When it hits zero, the musical chairs stop and someone's left standing. The third proof is the most damning. The Federal Reserve's own data shows that small and mid-sized banks have seen deposit outflows for 7 consecutive months. These aren't the too-big-to-fail banks. These are your local regional banks, the ones that hold mortgages for Main Street businesses and family homes. And here's the dirty secret they don't want you to know. The next wave of commercial real estate loans defaults hits in September 2024. That's the trigger. So which banks are most at risk? I've analyzed the FDIC reports, and there are 12 regional banks with both massive commercial real estate exposure and dangerous deposit outflows. I can't name them all here due to legal reasons, but I'll give you 3 right now. First, banks with over 40% of their portfolio in commercial real estate. Second, banks experiencing quarterly deposit drops over 5%. Third, banks with Texas and Florida commercial real estate exposure. The number 1 sign your bank might be in trouble? They've suddenly started offering 5% CD rates when everyone else is paying 2%. That's desperation for deposits. So what should you do right now? First, check your bank's FDIC call reports. I'll put a link in the description to the database. Second, ensure all your accounts are under the $250,000 insurance limit. Third, consider moving some funds to institutions that are too big to fail until this passes. The most dangerous words in investing are, "This time it's different." History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. The 2008 crisis started with subprime mortgages. The 2024 crisis will start with commercial real estate. The patterns are identical, just the asset class has changed. If this video potentially saved you from financial disaster, do this right now. Like this video, subscribe to FinInsights, and turn on notifications. The next video I'm dropping reveals the 5 assets that will skyrocket when the banking crisis hits. You cannot afford to miss it. Remember, in the last banking crisis, the people who acted first lost nothing. The people who waited lost everything. Don't be in the second group.